It's UvaldeRadio.net. Hey, it's Robert Miguel coming at you live from the PR, the Public Relations Office of Uvalde Memorial Hospital, kind of a satellite office over here on the other side of town. Well, it's actually real close. But I'm here with Sherry Rutledge. Is that right?
That is correct.
Sherry, thank you for having me today. Tell me a little bit about this office, first of all, because there's a whole lot going on here. What's going on?
We do have a whole lot going on here. We're very busy. We are the Public Relations Marketing office, and then also the foundation for Kate Marmion Rides to Radiation, and then I have a dual role with them. I'm the executive director, and then for the hospital I also do fundraising, so I'm the development specialist for the hospital. So lots of hats.
Wearing a lot of hats there. That's crazy.
So we're in the old, it used to be a church parsonage, and Crossroads right next to us on Royal Lane was the sanctuary. And so that's where hospice is now located. The hospital bought this property decades ago. So it's been a part of our campus. And our office used to be in the main hospital, but we're not clinical. And it was easier for our department to move off the main campus and be located over here and give clinical the prime space that they need.
Sure.
On the main campus.
Are there any other satellite offices that maybe the rest of we don't know about, or is these pretty much it?
Well, when you look at the full campus of Uvalde Memorial Hospital, right next door is the Kate Marmion Regional Cancer Medical Center. And so that's part of our campus. That is the location for radiation therapy with Clear Spring Center for Cancer Care. And that's with Dr. Brooks, and that's radiation therapy. And right next door to that is now the hospital's oncology and hematology department. And then the rest of that building houses Uvalde Medical Surgical Associates, which is general surgery as well as orthopedic surgery. Then we have the Rural Health Clinic, and then Dr. Meyer, and also Dr. Ragbeer with cardiology, the San Antonio Cardiology Associates.
So much. I mean, you guys have such a big place in our community, and of course, just absolutely huge as far as just employers in the community too. So thank you guys for being here and excelling at what you do. So
thank you. There's a lot of dedicated people that care very much about each other and our community. And then we also have across the street the outpatient specialty clinic, which is where all of our visiting physicians come on a monthly basis to meet with patients, so the patients do not have to leave the area for that specialty care.
All those second opinion people.
Yeah, first and second. Yeah.
Well, very cool. I mean, I know you've got a big Giving Tuesday event coming up, which we're going to talk about.
Yes, we do.
But first of all, let's talk about your background with the hospital. How long have you been employed here, and what's your history?
Oh, goodness. This time around, I was employed in February of 2007. And so I came on to help raise money for the Kate Marmion Regional Cancer Medical Center, and we had a fantastic community driven campaign committee, and that we brought radiation therapy here in the Kate Marmion Regional Cancer Medical Center. We were blessed to raise $5.2 million for that, and to have that elevated care here in Uvalde, and to expand access to specialty care.
Wow. So you say this time around, were you here before, had a break, and came back?
I was. When I married my husband, Brent, who happens to be the pharmacist here at the hospital. He grew up in La Prairie. We met at Angelo State. We married and moved to this area. And my first job was with the hospital as marketing, or I think it was actually public relations and medical education, actually. So I was here for a number of years and left to raise our children, and was blessed to be able to come back in 2007.
Wow. Let me just say this. You do not look old enough to have that much history anywhere, actually.
Well, bless you, and let's go get your eyes checked.
But fantastic. It's really kind of cool to know your history. Obviously, you love Uvalde, right? Well, what's your history here in town as far as just a person of Uvalde?
Oh goodness, yes, I do. I love the area. We live in Zavala County, but we work here in town, and a member of First Baptist.
Shout out, FBC.
Yes, FBC. Come join us. And on just different public and community events through the years, Junior Service League, involved with the school and my kids when they were in school here, the PTOs and anything with them, and the concession stands, booster clubs, and just different things that we have been able to support.
That's awesome. Hashtag Uvalde Life.
That's all that's coming to mind at the moment.
I'm sure there's much more. We tend to block out some of the hard stuff too. But again, we got Sherry Rutledge here from Uvalde Memorial Hospital. We're at the PR office right now. You guys have a big event coming up on Tuesday, which is Giving Tuesday. Do you have any background on Giving Tuesday? What that basically generally means?
Yes, Giving Tuesday is a national campaign that was just highlighting a day for national highlight on nonprofits for people to give for 24 hours to support any type of local or regional, national nonprofits.
Is that the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, or is there a particular
I think it was
day?
Actually started in early December, but I think it ended up being normally the Tuesday after Thanksgiving.
I ask only because this happens to be coming up the Tuesday after Thanksgiving.
Right,
so,
right.
Well, very cool. Yeah, a lot of the local nonprofits and, they get involved in this, but it's cool that you guys have something going on. And again, you mentioned fundraising's kind of your bag, right? So $5.2 million you said you raised prior?
The community did. Actually, the community, we went over that. We raised $5.4 million.
Wow.
And the hospital board at that time realized that just because we had radiation therapy here locally doesn't mean that it was still easy for patients to get to their radiation therapy appointments on a daily basis. So they took that $300,000 that was over and above what we needed for the Cape Marmion Regional Cancer Medical Center and dedicated that to a soul-supporting organization that's managed by a separate board of directors. And I became the executive director of that, which is Uvalde Healthcare Foundation, but we do business as Cape Marmion Rides to Radiation. So we have 9 counties that we provide access for radiation therapy through 2 vans, and we're 100% donor supported. And the van is operated by our security guards at the hospital. We have a contract with them, and we work logistics with Clear Springs Center for Cancer Care, Dr. Brooks's group, to schedule patients conveniently. One van heads, we call it the Del Rio route, and they head that direction every day, 5 days a week, pick up patients for their radiation therapy door to door, and then also towards Eagle Pass is that route is what we call it. And so that's how that kind of began, and we're actually going to be celebrating our 10-year anniversary. Well, we did. November 4th was 10 years since our first patient.
Wow.
On the vans that was picked up. So we're on our 3rd set of vans, and they average about 5,000 to 5,500 miles per week. And normally there are anywhere from 4 to 8 patients that receive the transportation because we're driving, so far, and it's just too much either physically, financially, or people do not want to be a burden on their family or others, and they would like to keep their independence while they access radiation therapy here locally.
Now, obviously, you guys are doing great work, so I imagine fundraising might be on the easier side when it's a good cause, but it can't be easy to just get all that money together. What is, as far as that being kind of like I said, what your specialty is that just a whole lot of cold calls? Is it just knowing people with deep pockets? And is there, I guess, a trick to it, or what's the hardest part of your job, I guess?
Well, I wish there was just a trick to it, but it really is just about building relationships. It's putting together something and be able to paint the need and how it could not succeed without donor support. And it also has to align with the donor's personal giving philosophy and ability and what they are called to be a part of and what moves them. So it's a lot of doing your background, doing your homework about what we're going to be raising money for, and then putting together that project in a way that reaches people to support. And so that's what we're doing with this current campaign for the hospital.
Wow. Well, I mean, obviously connecting again, the right people with the right causes, just fantastic work. So let's go and get into it. The Giving Tuesday event is coming up this coming Tuesday. It's an all-day event pretty much at Tree City Tea and Water, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
So first of all, I guess, what's the mission here exactly?
public event. It's going to be outside. We want it on a main thoroughfare, and of course, Highway 90 serves that purpose. And Tree City Tea and Water is just such a cute place, and they've been very supportive of the campaign. And so we decided to have it there, and we will be from 8 a.m. to 4:30 on Giving Tuesday. And just making some major gift announcements. So some prizes coming up, and then also asking the public to support us in this cause and sharing with them what we're inviting them to be a part of.
So obviously, that's a nice, convenient place, Tree City Tea. You can just kind of drive through and grab yourself a drink and make a donation or get information, right?
Say hello to us. We're going to have a step and repeat banner and some festive things, decorations, so a fun picture opportunity, and also a fun festive way for people to contribute. And any amount is appreciated. And those $5 gifts that we get are just as important to us as the very large gifts that we get.
So you'll be taking donations there on
Absolutely.
site.
Mm-hmm.
And will it be cash? Can you do like Cash App, credit? Will it be various ways to give?
Yes, we can get, people can give with cash, check, or credit card. We have the ability to accept all. And then we're also doing pledges for people that would like to do something larger. We also have a pledge payment, if you will, a pledge form, and they can make a timeline that they would like to fulfill their commitments.
Right, yeah, kind of a commitment for, that's awesome. Now, I know that there was on the flyer, the materials that are out there on the Memorial Hospital Facebook page, there's kind of a detail as to what this money is going for. There's some specific needs, right, that you
Absolutely.
need. Can you go over some of that stuff for us?
Absolutely. As hopefully almost everyone is aware of, there may be some people that are not, we are in the final stages of completing the new facility for the hospital, and we're hoping that will open in early 2022. And we were able to put together the funding for that through a USDA loan and construction loans with our local partners here. First State Bank of Uvalde has been instrumental in that, and along with Frost Bank and San Antonio and Broadway Bank. And so once construction is over, they're the ones that helped us with that construction loan. The USDA loan will kick in, and then we'll be able to start issuing bonds and pay for the hospital. Well, building hospitals is expensive, and we would have loved to open the new hospital with all new equipment and technology and furniture, but the money just wasn't there to do that. So what we decided with key players within our organization and with physicians is, what are our priorities? And we identified those, and it was a nurse call system, electronic whiteboards for patient care, patient monitoring, and cableless fetal monitoring system for our women's and newborn center, a new MRI, a new CT, and then portable digiting imaging, and also art through the new hospital for healing and well-being. And so additionally,
so that's art, like is it artwork that hangs on the walls?
Yes.
You know, let me say this: that is one of the most comforting things, and people I don't think about this unless you're in there, whether it's a dentist or the hospital or waiting room or whatever. There's something about being in a state where health is unsure, especially, or somebody's recovering, where just something hanging on the wall is extremely comforting and just something to look at. I'm interested to know how you guys pick what goes where, actually.
Well, we did not rely on our own personal preferences or what have you. We worked with a professional company, American Art Resources, out of Houston, Texas, and they have done many healthcare facilities. And there is a psychology behind it.
I imagine,
what is most appropriate in a pediatric area versus the emergency room versus the main lobby and patient rooms and physical therapy, wherever the public may be. So with their expertise, we have made some beautiful selections, and we're really excited about that aspect of the campaign too, and helping it to be a very pleasant, welcoming, and healing environment for our patients, staff, and visitors.
Now, is there a grand total that we're shooting for this Giving Tuesday? Or is there
It seems to be our number, $5.2 million.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yes,
all right.
yes. And so we are over 54% there. And so we still have a little ways to go, and we're working diligently to do that, and hoping this Giving Tuesday event will attract more people to be a part of this.
So again, the event is this coming Tuesday. You said 8 to 4:30?
8 to 4:30,
Tree
yes.
City Tea and Water. And stop on by there, get yourself a nice ice-cold tea, or they've got hot tea as well now that it's getting a little cooler.
They have goodies from ice cream to pastries to some other specialty drinks. So it's a lot of fun.
So you're going to be outside, in a tent area?
We're going to be outside in it.
Step and repeat, so take some VIP photos,
Yes,
Any
absolutely.
hashtag people want to use and make it a party?
Yes, exactly. Giving Tuesday, the Better Health Begins Here capital campaign for your hospital.
Now, say somebody really wants to get involved, but they cannot be at the event Tuesday. What's the best way to give online or stop by an office or anything like that?
Absolutely. Giving online, you can go to the hospital's website, and that is www.umhtx.org. Stands for Uvalde Memorial Hospital, Texas. And at the top of the menu bar is Donate, and that gives you all the different areas that the hospital accepts donations for. We have our hospice program, and then that supports the Uvalde Hospice Foundation and Uvalde Memorial Hospice Department. And we also have the Cape Marmion Rides to Radiation, and of course the hospital itself for this project.
Well, very good. Well, thanks for all the information. Again, you can find it on the Uvalde Memorial Hospital Facebook page, on the main website as well.
Absolutely.
Again. And I guess anything else that we need to talk about that we did not
We're
hit?
always easy to get contact. You can call the hospital and ask for myself, Sherry Rutledge, or Carla Radicke. You can drop by the hospital, drop by the PR department and the development office here at Royal Lane. And we'll be happy to visit with you and share the project and make new friends.
Before we wrap it up, how is Sammy doing? Normally I talk to Sammy a lot about these kind of things.
Yes.
I know she just had a brand new baby, right?
She did. She's doing wonderfully.
Great.
Sammy and her husband Corey welcomed little Stevie Lane, and so she's at home enjoying that time with their blessed little one, and we miss her. But glad that she has this time to be at home with her.
For those who don't know, Sammy does all the UMH recordings, the commercials that run on UvaldeRadio.net, and we love having her voice on there. So,
absolutely.
Well, again, Sherry, thanks so much for this awesome information. We will definitely stop by Tuesday and grab ourselves some coyote and make a donation there as well. So, again, the Facebook page, the official hospital website, and what was that phone number again to call?
Our phone number is 830-278-6251, and my extension is 1616, and Carla Radicke's is 1037.
Right on. Okay, again, wrapping up here with Sherry Rutledge at UMH. We're UvaldeRadio.net. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Miguel.